One of the negative things I've seen is the constant gnawing away of the historic fabric of Fells Point.
People that are here, that live here, work here, believe in Fells Point. That's bottom line. I think the passions of the people here are all in the right place. And I think we're all heading towards that same goal, which is to keep the historic aspect of Fells Point intact and not be devoured and not be taken over. Hopefully what I see is that as the development goes on and kind of envelopes us, we stay as the quaint community that we are, that becomes kind of the place that people can escape to. It's a magical place. It really is. It's a very magical place.
By and large, over most of its history, Fells Point wasn't a very nice place. I'm not sure it was ever nice until recently. Simply because it was dangerous, it was lawless. There seems to be not a great public agreed on destiny, but rather it's kind of a quiet, this is happening. We'll get someplace. But whether that's good or bad, I don't know. That remains to be seen.
This was always a neighborhood with a lot of activists and people who had very specific agendas. And some people wanted it to stay as it was. Some people wanted it somewhat renovated. Some people wanted it really renovated, and some people wanted it gentrified, and other people didn't. So I think what ultimately happened here is sort of a happy amalgam of everything. Everybody kind of got their way. And so you have a neighborhood that's got a lot of character and a neighborhood that's got a lot of characters.
Well, you have to love Fells Point. It's kind of a little bit like with New Hampshire's "Live Free or Die." I mean, it's this effervescent spirit and curmudgeonly energy of people like Ed Kane and Bob Keith and Steve Bunker that aren't always the easiest people to deal with at times. Truly love their neighborhood. What's so important and precious about this kind of idiosyncratic kind of funkiness, where you do have the old tugboat guys operating right next to some kind of fancy home furnishing boutique and restaurant, and then a pub where all the locals hang out, all that kind of, and you have Morgan Stanley and Brown Investment Advisors and a ton of Johns Hopkins people sitting in Bond Street Wharf coming there just because their delight in being part of such a interesting neighborhood. So working with Fells Point is never a boring moment, but you have to love it to do it. If you don't like it, you shouldn't be in Fells Point. That's my perspective.